Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. If you're like me, you like to work with locally owned companies. The people who run the business are right here for you to talk to, and you know that they care about their reputation. So do what I do. Trust your home to Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Locally owned, family owned since 1971. Hey, coming up today on our overtime segment over at the website. Follow me on Twitter. I'll tell you when it's posted. ESPN says the Vols are one of 12 teams that have the talent to reach the college football playoff. We'll discuss their assessment and what they're smoking. Join us on Overtime. All right, gentlemen, a few weeks ago on Overtime, we discussed the fact that the sport of football is in trouble, not just CTE, not just the kneeling in the NFL and the political stuff back and forth because of that. The news, there's a lot of stuff involved with football. Turns out college football got some bad news this week. Biggest attendance drop in 34 years. For college football this year. It has dropped 4 years in a row. It was the second biggest drop since 1948 when they started tracking these numbers. Guys, can college football fix the attendance problem? Or, due to television and ticket prices, you're never going to get it back?
I think it's only going to continue to drop because I think it stays high in the places that it's always been high. I think the places where you're seeing drops are the places where it's not as culturally important as it is in the SEC, the Big Ten, places that have great traditions. So I think those lower half of the schools in the FBS, they're going to continue to drop because it's harder and harder to get people to go to any games, not just college football. It's pro football, pro baseball, everything.
And all those small leagues now have TV deals of their own. You can see Florida International play every week if you want.
And I think even in places like the SEC where you've got the tradition, you lose some people. Neither one of my kids care about going to football games. And they both played football, they both love football, they both watch a lot of football, but they just don't care to actually go over and watch the games. And I think you've got a generational thing that's coming in. It's not going to come in a huge wave, but, you know, you lose 2,000 to 3,000 people, okay, it starts to add up.
If you grew up when I did and you had 3-4 college games a weekend on television, it was one thing. If you grew up in a world where every game's on television, that's
in
different.
high definition.
15 seconds, guys.
They got to do something about the length of the games and how they do the playoff format. I mean, it's like a 4-hour experience now. And that's one thing that I hear people say it just drags on too long.
Mike Strange, can they fix it?
I don't see how. They can try to fix it, but I just think the overwhelming wave of technology and TV and high def, I don't think you can ever take that away.
Scheduling. No one wants to see bad games. You can sell good games all day long. People need to schedule more tough games.
Drop ticket prices in
EPSU.
Tennessee just a little bit, and then counter. That makes everybody happy, gets more people over there, and then sell beer and wine to make up the difference. There you go. I settled it. All right. Thanks to all of these guys. Packed show today. Thanks to all these guys. Thanks to Isaiah Victor, Mark Pancratz. Congrats to Lynn. Congratulations again to Josh Ward and his family. Thank you. Thank our sponsors. And thank you for always going to our sponsors. Appreciate it. We wouldn't be here every week if not for you. See you next week right back here on the Sports Source.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame. Shadow boxes come with a lifetime guarantee.